We are live at Alumni Field here in the campus of Jesuit High School for tonight's non-district game between the Jesuit Tigers and the visiting Cardinal Newman Crusaders. Good evening, everyone. I am John Pedrero from the class of 1981. Welcome to Jesuit Tiger football. Boy, talk about two evenly matched teams tonight. Both Jesuit and Cardinal Newman are 3-1. Both teams' only loss has come to an out-of-state school. Jesuit on the road at Valdosta. Newman, week before last, lost at home 49-35 to Roman Catholic, who was visiting out of Philadelphia, making the trek to Florida. And side note on that, Roman Catholic's next opponent after the win over Newman was nationally ranked Hyattsville DeMatha, and they proceeded to lose 44-7. The teams, in terms of overall state rankings by Max Preps, Cardinal Newman number 28, Jesuit number 29. Doesn't get any closer than that. Tigers ranked number 6 in the state in 4A. Cardinal Newman ranked number 4 in the state at 1A. And you always know who's number 1 in the state in 1A. That's Chaminade, Madonna. So I think ahead of Newman are Madonna, Clearwater Catholic, and I think First Academy out of Orlando. But the other big news tonight, Caden Henderson, Jesuit's a 5-star linebacker, just got an offer from University of Georgia. He is out tonight. Tweaked a knee early on last week against Blake. I'm told it's a sprain. Saw him before the game. I mean, no crutches, no cast, no anything at all. But I think the mindset is rest him this week. The Tigers have a bye next week and then hopefully get him back in 2 weeks. So I think a smart thing to do, and it's going to really put the freshman Eric Smith, who had a good game at Blake, on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, into a pressure situation on defense. But Tigers has some good linebacker depth, and it'll be next man up. So Jesuit coming off of that 46-7 win at Blake. Will Griffin, 13 out of 20, 177 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Nice game for Hezekiah Davis. 9 rushes, 110 yards, 2 scores, had a long run. Mikey Vernon continuing his stellar season. 5 catches, 67 yards. The aforementioned Eric Smith, 3 catches, 60 yards, and a score. Mikey Vernon also had a long kickoff return for a touchdown. The Tigers as a team, 22 rushes, 169 yards, really against an overmatched Blake squad. District win for the Tigers, so that was important. Newman coming off of a win at Pahokee. Any game at Pahokee's no picnic. And the Crusaders won 26-10. They rushed for 205 yards as a team in that game. The Crusaders, a team that likes to keep it on the ground. They run it twice as much as they pass it. And their top running back, Phoenix Dongia, be hearing his name a lot tonight, 129 yards, 3 scores. The quarterback is Jiron Hewley, a senior. I'm told he's committed to West Virginia, 8 out of 9 passing, 106 yards and a score. So a tough opponent for Jesuit this evening. The captains are out at midfield for Jesuit. Number 11, the quarterback Will Griffin. Number 55, Jamison Thurber, the offensive lineman. Number 13, Caleb Smith. And number 70, another offensive lineman, Luca Norton. And for Cardinal Newman across field, number 3, Luke Dillon, he's a senior. Number 8, Zion Brown, he's a senior as well. Number 2, the quarterback who we mentioned, Jiron Hewley. And number 55, that would be Ignacio Zaleka, senior lineman. Smaller roster for Cardinal Newman. Have several players listed as offensive linemen and defensive linemen, so you'll see some guys going both ways this evening, I'm sure. But they do have a big offensive line, very comparable in size to the Jesuit Tigers, so two teams that like to pound it. A couple of solid quarterbacks, so it should be an even matchup tonight and an exciting one. And I think really this is Jesuit's toughest home opponent this season in Cardinal Newman. They're in that odd two-team district. Them and Benjamin, common opponent there, and they shut out Benjamin. So the referee, I know the referee, that's Ken Keene. He sits in with me on JV games sometimes, running the clock. Nice guy, good referee, been around a long time. And we have one of the Jesuit priests tonight who will give the invocation. Tigers royal blue tops and bottoms, Cardinal Newman white gold trim. It looks like Notre Dame a little bit. So the visitors are going to make the call here when Ken Keene tosses it. And there he goes. Snatches it in midair. And looks like Jesuit won the toss. I think the Tigers tend to want the ball when they win the toss. Let's see. And that is the case. So Jesuit wins the toss, and they want the ball first. So now we're going to have the invocation, and then we're going to have the Jesuit band out there playing the national anthem. So we'll pause for that. We'll be right back with the game. So Jesuit and Cardinal Newman were actually scheduled to play last year. Tigers were supposed to be down there, but as we all know, we had a little hurricane situation last year, and that did not quite work out. So the Cardinal Newman Crusaders making the trek up from West Palm. So going back deep for Jesuit, Mikey Vernon, Caleb Smith. And I'm quite sure that Cardinal Newman is aware of the kickoff exploits of one Mikey Vernon, so we'll see if they challenge the Tigers or they pooch it. Kicker for the Crusaders is Nathaniel Parks, the junior. Welcome to any Cardinal Newman fans tuning in. Hope you enjoy the broadcast tonight on the Jesuit Tiger Sports Network. And here we go. And he boots it deep. This is going to be Mikey Vernon at the 7-yard line. Mikey cuts left. Mikey with a hole. Mikey at the 30. Mikey still going. Mike at the 40, 45, right at the 50-yard line. So that is a 42-yard return for Mikey Vernon to start the game. Good field position for Jesuit. So Brady Fogarty starting in at tight end. David Hill goes left. Caleb Smith to the right. Mikey Vernon's in a slot position left. Mikey in motion, and they give it to him on a sweep. 50, 45, 40, 30, there he goes, 20, 10 to the 7-yard line. A fly sweep to Mikey Vernon to start the game, and it's double Mikey. They mark him down at the 4. 47-yard run for Mikey Vernon. On the fly sweep, he goes to the outside. Will keeps it himself. Griffin scores! Tigers 16 seconds in. Yeah, my math is wrong. We'll call it 26 seconds in. So Will Griffin scores. And Noah Wallner. Boy, that is just what the Tigers needed to start this game. That might be their quickest drive of the year. Beavers the holder. And we have flags all over. And this is going to be on the defense. So they're going to move it up half the distance. And seen Matt Thompson go for 2 in these situations. A little bit early. Noah drills it. And it's 7-0 Jesuit. So Ben Beavers is handling the kickoff chores, at least for now. We've seen Beavers and Wallner alternate quite a bit this season. Two talented juniors. So back deep for Newman. They're standing sideways, and I can't really see the numbers here. We'll see if we can get something, but I cannot tell right now from the angle of the players. So here's Beavers, and that's going way back. So it's 1 and 4 of the kick returners. That's Leslie Mosley and Zamari Sanders, a couple of seniors. And here comes the offense of Cardinal Newman. Leading rusher is Phoenix Dongjia, the senior. 53 rushes, 451 yards, averaging 8.5 per carry. Was watching him a little bit in warm-ups. He's kind of a stocky back. And actually, he's not in right now. Got trips left. Flag. And it's going to be illegal substitution. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Yeah, they lined up at the line of scrimmage, and then one of the receivers ran off. Can't do that. So it's 1st and 15. Trips left. 4 down for the Tigers. And that's going to be another penalty, I think, on Newman. So back-to-back penalties for Cardinal Newman. They're going to have a 1st and 20. They had players moving all over the place there. So they're back to the 10-yard line. 1st and 20. They try again. Man in motion. Quick pass. Caught. 30, 40, 50. This may go all the way. 30 goes out of bounds. Quick pass to Leslie Mosley. Boy, they got that back real quick. It was a quick pass to the wide receiver. He got a good block on the edge. And goes 58 yards. They have sent a man in motion. And Mosley got to the second level. That's Dongia right there, and he's tackled after a short gain by Rayshawn Fitz. Actually lost about a half yard, so 2nd down. Hewley shotgun. We have a tight formation here. It's a pitch to Dongia. And he is a load to bring down. And he's going to pick up about 3 yards. Colton Haywood and a couple others in on that tackle, and it's 3rd and 8. 10-12 left in the first, 7-0 Jesuit. Trips left, including Leslie Mosley, who had that big gain earlier. Haywood fakes a blitz. He does blitz. Quick pass, caught. Same guy, Mosley, first down. So Mosley for the season, he's the leading receiver coming into this game. 11 catches, 197 yards, averaging almost 18 a catch, and he's got 2 tonight. So first down and 10, Cardinal Newman at the 15-yard line of Jesuit. So Mosley's to the left, Cam Housey on him. That's a good matchup. Man in motion. Hewley keeps it himself. Oh, he got hammered in the backfield. He was hit hard. That's Luke Battaglia has had a nice season for Jesuit on a sack. It's a loss of 2. So Hewley broke a couple of tackles, but Battaglia got him behind the line at 2nd and 12. So shotgun formation. 2 wideouts to each side. Man in motion. Hewley rolls right, looks in the end zone. Almost picked off by Andre Lee, and it's going to be 3rd and 12. Well, they've looked for Mosley on the big plays so far. Hewley trying to draw the Tigers off. He does not. So we do have the 40-second clock running tonight. Have the extra official in charge of that here in the press box. Hewley shotgun. Fakes to Dongia. Pass is caught. Dropped. The pass was low, and Mosley could not handle it, and it's 4th and 12. And the offense stays out on the field on 4th down. Gutsy call here. Unless they're going to try to draw the Tigers off and maybe get a closer field goal. But it's 4th and 12. Empty set. Quick pass caught. And it's didn't go very far. That was Rayshawn Fitz. So puts an end to that. And Cardinal Newman turns it over on downs. 8:20 left in the first. Jesuit taking over at their own 17-yard line. Carlo Thompson's in the game. So Carlo goes wide left. We actually have a stacked formation to either side. Now Hezekiah, he goes in a slot, so it's an empty set for Will Griffin. Short drop, quick pass caught. Carlo Thompson cuts back inside. He's going to get a couple of yards to the 20. So 2nd and 8, we'll say Carlo got 2 there. 7:55 left in the first, 7-0 Jesuit. Trips left with Thompson, Vernon, and Smith. Will Griffin, short drop. Will passes on the flank, dropped by Thompson. Maybe a little bit high, but it was catchable. So Jesuit facing a 3rd and 8. Don't think Thompson was Will Griffin's first option. Could see him scanning the field. I think Thompson might have been his 3rd option on that play. Griffin rolls right, rolls right, rolls right. Pass caught. I believe, Caleb Smith, and looks like that's going to be a 1st down. That was going to Smith all the way. Nice pass, low pass, right where it had to be. The sure-handed Smith with the catch. It's to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 Tigers. Eric Smith comes in the game. Tigers have been throwing it. Smith now at a fullback. Here's Hezekiah. Up the middle. Nice run, Hezekiah Davis. Power run. They're going to give him forward progress to the 36-yard line. Looked like that was number 48 for Cardinal Newman in on that stop. That's Kyrus Haston, the lineman. And Hezekiah gets 8, 2nd and 2. So some good options here for Jesuit on 2nd and short. 6:25 left in the first, 7-0 Tigers. 2nd down and 2. Tigers in that stack formation to either side with Davis next to Griffin. Will keeps it himself. Will has the first. Will has more. Will still going. He goes outside. 50, 40, 35. Gets a big block downfield from Carlo Thompson right at the end of the play. Boy, Carlo Thompson with the pancake block, and he's getting the love from his teammates. How about that? Big run, Will Griffin on the keeper. And Ken Keene says, let's have a glass of water. So we're taking the first quarter water break. There was a 31-yard run by Will Griffin. But right about, the ball's at the 31 of Newman. But, boy, right at the end of that play, Carlo Thompson downfield blocking. Boy, he put a power block on, I think, one of the Crusader defensive backs. Put him right in his backside. Wow. Will's a good runner. Haven't seen him do a lot of that this year, but a very capable runner. I think that's his longest run of the year by far. So 5:59 left in the first, 7-0 Jesuit. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Cardinal Newman 31. Vernon Hill to the left. Smith to the right. Man in motion is Vernon. They fake it, and they give it to Hezekiah, who breaks a tackle. Hezekiah has a 1st down to the 17-yard line. A bit of a double fake there. They faked the jet sweep to Vernon. Cardinal Newman bit, and a quick handoff. I think Will might have even faked taking it himself, and a quick handoff to Hezekiah Davis. He gets a 1st to the 19-yard line. Tigers bring in an extra lineman. 94, who I don't have. That might be Johnny Black, who was 91 last week. Hezekiah again. He goes up the middle and might have got a yard. So we have a mystery 94. Could be Johnny Black. Could be Hudson Lancaster. Not sure. Maybe call Dennis Lopez at halftime. Find that out. 2nd and 10. 2 wideouts to each side. Shotgun. Griffin back to pass. Short drop. Pass in the end zone. Oh! Just off of the hands of Carlo Thompson. Thompson had to go up for that one. I think if it's Smith or Hill, who both have some height on Carlo, they catch that. But I think Carlos' stature hurt him there. 3rd and 10. Eric Smith is in. Oh, and it's a fumble, and Hezekiah falls on it. That was a on the snap. I don't know if that caught Will by surprise or what, but trouble averted there, and we're going to have a field goal attempt by Ben Beavers from 45 yards. So Beavers trying a long one here with Waldner holding. Xavier Nacco, the long snapper. Ben got the distance. Let's see. I think he missed it left. Yep. Had the distance, but he hooked it. So high school rules, that goes back to the 20-yard line. 3:34 left in the first, 7-0 Jesuit. So Hewley, shotgun formation, a back to either side. And he has an inside handoff, and that doesn't go far at all. Colton Haywood in there on that tackle. That was a Gennaro Sumter, a running back, and he lost a yard. So Colton Haywood, who's had a solid season. 2nd and 11 on that loss. We're at the 3-minute mark of the first period. Hewley shotgun again, a back to either side. Gives it to Dongia, and he has positive yardage. And he is brought down by Eric Smith. But it's going to be 3rd and long for Newman. So 3rd and 7 for Cardinal Newman. Hewley shotgun. Tigers showing blitz. Hewley back to pass. Zips one incomplete. Oh, and that was almost picked off. Rayshon Fitz, I think he saw a lot of green in front of him there. He picks that off. That's 6. So 4th and 7 for Newman in Jesuit territory. And what are they doing? Oh, they're going for it. And Jesuit calls timeout. They had Mikey Vernon back deep. And Newman lined up like they were going to go for it. I think that might have been on purpose there. So 4th and 7. And now they are keeping the offense out there. Wow, talk about gutsy. Cardinal Newman. Empty set. That's Dongia in motion. Now another man in motion. And they do a quick kick. It's a quick kick. And a flag goes down. So the rarely seen quick kick by Cardinal Newman. Flag went down near the Jesuit sideline. Tigers are going to have pretty good field position here, but let's see what this is. Maybe a sideline warning? Yep. Sideline warning against Jesuit. So no penalty, but the next time that happens, it'll be 5 yards. .154 left in the first, 7-0 Jesuit. On that quick opening drive and no scoring since. Griffin shotgun. It's Vernon Smith and a stack right. And they give it to Hezekiah up the middle. And he is brought down by 16 for Cardinal Newman. That's Cooper Clark, the sophomore. Picked up a couple of yards. Yeah, they're only going to give him a yard. Thought he got more than that. Will, short drop. Caught David Hill. Boy, that was dangerous. And he's maybe going to get a yard. Little inside curl pattern to the sophomore Hill, but that was in a crowd, and there were a lot of white shirts around that pass. Wow. So Tigers playing with fire there, but they survive, but it's going to be 3rd and 9. Under a minute left in the first. Went to Caleb Smith last time in this situation. Griffin back to pass. Will. Pass caught Smith. It depends on the spot. Let's see. This is going to be close. They're moving the chains. First down Tigers, Caleb Smith. Or are they? Let's see. Is it just shy? Oh, it's 4th and Boy, this is so close. This is 4th and inches. The ball just has to get to the other side of the 48-yard line, basically. And Jesuit's got to call their second timeout in the first. I know Matt Thompson didn't want to do that. But you've got a 6'3", 225-pound quarterback here. And all he's got to do is get the ball just across the plane here. So Wyatt Allender comes in, number 50, is an extra blocker. The mystery 94 is in. I'm actually thinking 94 is Hudson Lancaster, but I do not have 100% certainty on that. And it's 4th and about a foot or less. Tigers hurry to the line. Will Griffin, first down. And more. So not quite a tush push, but a first down for the Tigers. Jesuit did not mess around there at all. Just got the first with Will. Smart play. It's probably, again, Tigers walking to the sideline. That's going to be the last play of the first. Jesuit's going to have 1st and 10 at the Newman 46, and that's the end of the first period. First quarter, I should say. Jesuit 7, Cardinal Newman 0. We'll be back in a moment. All right, back at Jesuit, and a happy 33rd anniversary today to my wonderful wife Kathy. And what do we do on our 33rd anniversary? We're a Jesuit, of course. Me up here, and she will be facilitating the halftime festivities, recognizing previous cross-country champions here at Jesuit. So we're here, and we would not want to be anywhere else. So Tigers now headed toward the north end zone, toward the Tiger Palace. First and 10. Smith goes to the right. Vernon to the left. Will under center. See if he goes play action here. Nope, short drop. Rolls right. He's going to get sacked. Throws it away. Oh, boy, that was dangerous. Will, avoiding the sack, threw it away. I think he was trying to throw it out of bounds, but his arm got hit. But avoids the loss on the sack, and it's second down. As David Hill comes back in for Eric Smith. Eric Smith pulling double duty tonight. Early second, 7-0 Jesuit. Hill, Vernon to the left, Smith to the right. Brady Fogarty's in. Mikey Vernon in motion. Will Griffin short drop. Crossing pattern, knocked down. Actually looking for, it was more of a slant pattern. They were looking for David Hill. That was knocked down, 3rd and 10. Well, this has been Caleb Smith time all game long. And he's in press coverage right now. So they're paying close attention to him. Empty set now. Will back to pass. Rolls right. Pass is caught by Mikey Vernon, who comes off holding his hip, but he gets a first down. Like he might have fallen on the ball there. So Will Telegdi comes in, number 6. I think Mikey might have got the wind knocked out of him. Tigers convert again on 3rd down. 1st and 10 at the 35. Quick handoff, Hezekiah. Breaking tackles. Oh, he got tripped up. Otherwise, that was 6. But he's going to get a first down. Gain of 10 for Davis. Boy, just tripped up at the end. Otherwise, that was 6 right up the gut. Fogarty comes in for Carlo Thompson. Tigers have had good success running the ball. Smith goes to the right. Eric Smith is in at a fullback position. Fogarty tight end right. I formation. Griffin under center. Griffin. Hezekiah is spun down by 33 for Cardinal Newman. That's Michael Loudon, sophomore. Picks up a yard, 2nd down. Under 10 minutes now left in the 2nd quarter. 7-0 Jesuit. Carlo Thompson back in. Telegdi and Hill go to the left. Smith to the right. Mikey Vernon's still out. Will back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Oh, that's got to be a late hit or a hit from behind. No, they're looking for Telegdi, and he got hit hard from behind. My goodness. It hit in the back of the head. Okay, here's Mikey. So Mikey Vernon has recovered. That's a good thing. Boy, Telegdi got hit high on that play, too. Wow. Really surprised they didn't call something there. 3rd and 9. Ball's at the 24-yard line. Tigers have to get to the 15. And a flag. And I think this is going to be on Newman, a sideline warning. So we have dueling sideline warnings. 9:16 left in the 2nd, 7-0 Jesuit. 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. Hill and Smith to the left. Slot left, Mikey Vernon. Will back to pass. Pump fakes, rolls right, keeps it himself, has some green, dives ahead. It depends on the spot. I think he's going to be a little short. And Tigers are going to keep the offense out in the field. Similar situation to what they had before. So here comes Allender. Here comes the Mystery 94. Here comes Brady Fogarty. It's fourth and about half a yard. Will under center. Will goes forward. Will pushes. Will got a first. Is the Tiger push. So Jesuit first and 10 at the 14-yard line. I like seeing Jesuit do that in those fourth and shorts. No shotgun, don't mess around. Old school under center. Power it with your quarterback. Love to see that. First and 10, Jesuit. Griffin shotgun. Two wideouts to either side. It's Vernon in motion. Will, quick pass, caught Carlo Thompson. He cuts left. He got hit hard. He's going to get positive yards, but he got hit by, that was Leslie Mosley, number 1, who had the big gain early in the game. He's playing cornerback on defense, and they're saying Carlo got no yards there. He got hit hard. So second and 10 at the 14-yard line. Tried to cut outside, but Mosley cut him off at the pass. Mikey in motion. Griffin goes left. Griffin goes in the end zone. Score! David Hill. All by himself. Touchdown, Tigers. Again, the fake to Mikey Vernon, and Cardinal Newman bit. The cornerback bit. And David Hill had no one within 5 yards of him. Easy pitch and catch. And the Tigers go up 13-0. 7:04 left in the second. Beavers attempting the extra point with Waldner holding. Snap by Nako, kick by Beavers. He drilled it. 14-0 Jesuit. I think Cardinal Newman's remembering what Mikey Vernon did to them in that first drive. And boy, they bit on that end-around fake. Nice play sequencing there by Jesuit. So Beavers to do the kicking duties here. Put the last one in the end zone. So here's Ben. Drills that one. That one might be returned. I think it is at the 3-yard line. And the initial hit was by Jason McNeil, and the returner was Zamari Sanders. He's ultimately forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So that hit by McNeil slowed Sanders down. He was looking for a hole up the right sideline, and if there was a hole, it closed down real quick, and he winds up going out of bounds. So first and 10 at the 20. Hewley, the quarterback. Donjia is in the backfield with him. Two wideouts to either side. This is an important series for both teams. Cardinal Newman does not want to fall behind any further on the road here. And this is critical for the Jesuit defense, and the Crusaders are forced to call an early timeout here in the second. That's their first timeout. So some confusion offensively. So Jesuits got a bye next week. And then the following week, it's a home game against University out of Orange City. Tigers travel there last year. I think that's a game they lost. I think it was 38-35. Definitely one they felt they should have won. So University makes the trek here to Tampa in 2 weeks. And of course, we will be here. King Powell back at a deep safety position. And Trey Lee, the other safety. McNeil's at a corner. Cam Housey at the other corner. Trip Keller at a linebacker position. Keller drops back a little bit. Hewley, quick pass is caught. And the initial contact was by Cam Housey. And Lee finished him off. So the Crusaders trying to get some tempo here. Yep, and they force Jesuit to jump. Tigers have to be more patient than that. That's a free first down for Newman. And I think Ken Keene called the water break. It's actually good timing for the water break. Before Newman got into their drive, just seen too many officials call that water break when a team has some good tempo going in the middle of a drive, and Ken Keene made the wise decision to call it before Newman started their offensive set there. So that's really the proper thing to do. So on the defensive line for Jesuit, we've got Macho Mendez. Macho Mendez is quietly having a really good season for Jesuit. Really active on the defensive line. He's at one end, Moro knows, and Battaglia at the other end. And it's an inside handoff to Dongia. Boy, he's a power back. Kind of a Allstott-esque there. Not as big, but that same style. And he averages about 8 yards a carry. And it's about what he got. So 2nd and 2. Clock running, 5:50 left in the second, 14-0 Jesuit. Our Tigers had the ball to start. So key here for Jesuit to hold Cardinal Newman because they get the ball in the third. Hewley, good protection, breaking down. He runs. He has a first down. He's hit hard in the open field by King Powell, but he picked up 9 yards and a first down. So King Powell prevented a longer gain there with that open field tackle. So Hewley, the quarterback, he's a good runner. He averages 10 yards, almost 11 yards a carry. So the ball's at the Jesuit 49. Hewley looking to the sideline for a play here. Darryl Palmer barking out the signals. Hewley back to pass. He looks deep downfield, and Good coverage that time by McNeil. Oh, and they throw a flag. A late flag. Looked like McNeil had good position. I wonder if this is going to be on the offense. The Tigers are walking back. Yep, that's offensive pass interference. Boy, McNeil had blanket coverage there on Zamari Sanders. And Sanders gave him a little shove at the end. And that's a 15-yarder from the line of scrimmage back to the 36-yard line. So 1st and 25. First time we've seen Newman go downfield like that, but snuffed out by Jason McNeil. Hewley shotgun. Inside handoff, Dongia. Then he's tackled by Trip Keller and Rayshawn Fitz. I think Fitz got him the initial contact and Keller finished him off. Short gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and long. Clock running, 4:20 left in the second quarter, 14-0 Jesuit. Hewley fakes it to Dongia. Pass is caught. Big open field tackle that time. King Powell. They went to Mosley again. But King Powell read that beautifully. Housey was there too. But King Powell came up from his safety position that time. And it's 3rd down and 21. Clock running. Big defensive play by King Powell. Trips right. Actually an empty set. Hewley back to pass. Tigers rushing 3. He has a lot of time. He's looking downfield. Incomplete. McNeil on the coverage again. They were looking for Logan Stepp, the junior. They quick kicked it last time, but looks like this time it's going to be a little bit more. Well, they're lining up again. The sneaky Crusaders. And now Hewley drops back further. Looks like he's going to kick it. More men in motion here. And he is going to kick it. Line drive kick. Oh boy, this is going to take a nice roll for Newman. Probably would have behooved Mikey Vernon to grab that one. That thing was a low line drive kick. It hit the ground and just kept going down to the 6-yard line. So that was a 54-yard kick to the 6. So Jesuit has one timeout, 2:54 left in the second. So let's see how aggressive the Tigers get here. That's the question. Griffin shotgun, Hezekiah next to him. Lots of motion here. Hezekiah Davis, flags all over the place. So either see if the Tigers jumped or there was a illegal shift. If there was a Motion all over. Dead ball. Nope, they're calling it on Jesuit. What I think happened was the Tigers had a blocker and then Eric Smith shift over from the left side to the right side. They ran the play. I don't think they were set. There they go now. Okay, now they're set. Hezekiah Davis. Oh, he may go. He may go. 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Score, score, score. Hezekiah doing his best Tony Dorsett. How about that? It's 97-yard run. No flags on the play. Shades of Monday Night Football, my goodness. That may be a record for Jesuit. 97 yards, wow. Right up the gut. Stunning run by Hezekiah Davis. Now Wallner kicking it. Beavers the holder. Noah drills it 21-0. Wow. A lot of football left, but that is a big play right there. 97 yards. How about that? Credit the Tiger offensive line, too. He had a nice hole. It was really up the middle. So credit the guards. In the center there, Swenson, Thurber, and Bogle, the inside guys, on that play. And if major colleges weren't looking at Hezekiah Davis, they are now. Kind of think they were anyway. 2:28 left in the second. 21-0 Jesuit. Lots of football left. Noah drills it to the 1-yard line. Head of steam here. And an open field tackle by 36 for Jesuit. That's Nolan Dooley. So Nolan Dooley, the junior linebacker, special team standout. So Cardinal Newman, 2 timeouts remaining. Jesuit 1. 2:20 left here in the second. 21-0 Jesuit. Cardinal Newman a little bit shell-shocked here, but Hewley passes caught. The receiver was down, caught it, but his knee was on the ground, so that's a dead ball, high school rule. So back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, clock running. We've hit 2 minutes left in the second. But boy, these receivers from Newman are scary. These guys get in the open field, and the Tigers have done a good job defending for the most part, but if these guys get a break in the open field, they can take it to the house at any time. So Hewley shotgun, Dongia next to him. Hewley keeps it himself. He cuts left. And he goes out of bounds after a nice run, and he has first down yardage. And Hewley, a good running quarterback coming into this game, 22 rushes, 237 yards. That's 10.8 per carry, 3 touchdowns. So that's a run to the 40, first and 10. Hewley back to pass, getting good protection. Good steps up in the pocket, rolls right. He's keeping it himself. He slides. Shy of the first. Clock running, approaching a minute. We're under a minute now. 2 wideouts to each side. Dongia next to Hewley. High snap. Pass is an out pattern and a first down to the 42. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Clock running. Hewley rolls right. Hewley rolls right. Pass caught at the 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Fitz on the receiver, number 6, Ethan Holland. And Newman uses one of their 2 remaining timeouts. It was 27.4 seconds. Darryl Palmer, Matt Thompson getting the Tiger defense in order here. First and 10. Hewley, flag on the play. Run down to the 20. So this might be another sideline warning on Jesuit. If so, it's a 5-yard penalty. Let's see. Or maybe an illegal formation. Yep, they called it. Called it on Jesuit. This is going to be 5 yards added on to the end of the play. Touchdown for Cardinal Newman here is definitely a momentum shifter with them getting the ball to start the third. Hewley, empty set. Dongia rolls right out. Bobble the snap. Throws it in the middle, and it's a tackle by Fitz. They're out of timeouts. No, they have 1 timeout. Excuse me. My mistake. They have 1 timeout left, and they used it. They had to with 13.1 seconds. So that's the final timeout for Cardinal Newman. So no timeouts remaining for Cardinal Newman here. So if this is something in the middle of the field, they're going to have to really hustle. It's 2nd and 8. Hustle to get to the line. Hewley back to pass. Hewley, good protection. Zips it in the end zone. Out of the hands of Leslie Mosley. And it's 3rd down. So this is their shot right here. Mosley actually had an opening. Tight one, but that was a catchable ball. Boy, Hewley's got an arm. He put some mustard on that one. Wow. .3 seconds left here in the second. They've got to hurry. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Trips right. 5 seconds on the play clock. They really got to hurry. Hewley, back to pass. Hewley, zips it, incomplete. It's 4th down. Trying a post, I guess that would have been called a post pattern there, short post pattern. It's 4th down. The question is, do you try to score? You bring in your kicker. Flag on the play. A flag on Newman. Wonder what that is. I think it might have been the same sideline warning, so they get hit with 5. And I think they're going to try a field goal. At least it appears that way. Well, they need to do something because the play clock's running. 10 seconds. So they're going to keep the offense in here. Boy, they've got to hustle. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. He got it off. Hewley, flag on the play. And it's procedure. So that was some disorganization on offense there by Cardinal Newman. I mean, they decided, looked like the kicking team was coming out in the field. Then Hewley comes out. And with under 10 seconds left on the play clock, now there's no time on the clock. So what's the deal here? Oh, they put 0.2 seconds. Okay, it's 4th down. Well, this is going to be the last play here, unless it's a defensive penalty on Jesuit. The half cannot end on a defensive penalty. But there's 0.2 seconds left. And the Tiger coaching staff is directing their players deep. They've got to go in the end zone here. Anything short of the end zone is not going to work. This is a knock-it-down situation here. I think they're still trying to figure out the clock. Maybe it's more than 0.2 seconds. They're having a clock situation here. I think Ken Keene is saying, I'm going to keep this time on the field. Yeah, maybe it's more than 0.2, but Ken Keene says, I'm going to keep it down here. Let's get this show on the road. Up 2.3 seconds. They got it fixed. Hewley back to pass. Looking in the end zone. It's intercepted in the end zone by Cam Housey. And that's the half. So Housey with the pick and Jesuit with the lead, 21-0. And we'll be back shortly, maybe 17, 18 minutes or so. There's going to be a halftime presentation or a halftime acknowledgement of previous cross-country champions. So stick around for that. Tigers 21-0, back shortly.
Joe Petrono, Adrian Madison, and Peter Diarnoen. From the 2000 team, John Astra, Sebring Sierra, Matt Bischoff, Colin Strickland, and Joe Medio. From the 2014, Peter Bandit, Andrew Boza, Ian Edwards, Andrew Masari, James Osborne, and Philip Scribner. And from the 2005 team, James Osborne, Philip Scribner, Matt Hinman, Connor Revord, Cade Rivard, James Lamoureux, Sam Blewin, and Carson Holton. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our Tiger Cross Country alumni. Several of these alumni still hold track and field records at Jesuit to this day. Connor Revord in the 800-meter run and a member of the 4x800-meter relay. Cade Rivard as a member of the 4x400 relay. Cade Rivard, James Osborne, Bill Scribner, and Connor Revord as members of the 4x1600 meter relay. And James Osborne, Connor Revord as members of the distance medley relay. Joining them here tonight are coaches Mike Boza and Greg Moran. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for the golden era of Jesuit cross country. Did you go too fast on this?
It's okay. I think after this,
I tried to go as slow as I could.
no worries.
All right, John Pedrero back at Alumni Field. We're about to start the third quarter. Jesuit up on Cardinal Newman, 21-0, courtesy of a 97-yard touchdown run by Hezekiah Davis. Tigers won the toss, took the ball, went down and scored quickly. That fly sweep to Mikey Vernon, getting them deep into Crusader territory. Tiger defense has clamped down when they've needed to. Jason McNeil's made some good defensive plays in the secondary, as has Cam Housey. Nice game for King Powell. A couple of good open field tackles. Tigers have been rushing three for the most part and dropping 8. I'm sure the thought process is there. The Tiger linebackers can react quickly on the run if need be, and they have. Hewley's had some nice runs. That's to be expected. Good running quarterback. Important for the Tigers to keep the momentum because you know that Cardinal Newman is going to come out firing here. I mean, this is a good football team. And I'm sure the coaches were coaching them up at halftime. So Ben Beavers to kick it off here. Here's Ben. Kicked it low. Bobbled at about the 20-yard line. One of the upbacks got it, and he gets to the 25. He breaks away. Still going. And King Powell tackles. That was 21 for Cardinal Newman. Gennaro Sumter got out to the 30-yard line. King Powell had him by a leg and wouldn't let go. Slowed him down. So Leslie Mosley, number 1's been their big play guy today. I expect Hewley to look for him a lot here. And they hand it off to Dongia, and he is stuffed by Rayshawn Fitz and Colton Haywood. Maybe got a yard. So they come out with the run. Give him a yard, 2nd and 9. Dongia in the backfield next to Hewley. Trips left. Hewley back to pass. Hewley goes left, caught. Nice open field tackle that time. Trip Keller with the tackle on Logan Stepp. And an early 3rd and 9 for Cardinal Newman. Stepp got nothing. Trips right now to the wide side. Tigers rushing 4. Hewley rolls. Hewley rolls. Hewley rolls. Pass downfield. Tip picked off. It was a tip and a pick. And King Powell with the interception. So Keller tipped it. Powell picked it. And Jesuit with good field position at the 36-yard line. Thompson and Hill to the left, Vernon and Smith to the right. Davis next to Will Griffin in the shotgun. Will back to pass. Pass caught. Mikey Vernon, had a little opening there. Almost broke through. He's going to be close to a first. Let's see. Little quick in route that time to Mikey Vernon. He's got 9. Boy, that was close to a score. There was a hole. Closed up quick, though. But Mikey got 9. Jesuit with some good options here on 2nd and a yard. And they give it to Hezekiah. He's got a first. So Davis with the run picks up about 4 yards. First down, Jesuit. So 1st and 10 Tigers at the 24-yard line. Will Telegdi got dinged up a little bit there, it looks like. 1st and 10 Tigers. Will Griffin shotgun. And he fakes the handoff. Passes it to Smith, who was open, and Will missed him. Will led him a little bit too much there. Boy, Smith had some open grass. Will taps him on the shoulder, says, that's my fault. Nice play fake there by Will Griffin. They faked a sweep to Davis, and Will did a good job hiding that ball. Rolled right, but just a little bit off on the pass. And, boy, Jesuit calls a very, very early timeout here. 9:04 left in the third, and the Tigers burn one. And they had some time left into the clock there, too, unless they see something they think they can capitalize on here that was worth the timeout. So Griffin shotgun. Wide left is David Hill. Vernon in motion. Fake a handoff. Double fake. Will. Pass caught. Caleb Smith. And I think that was Will's third option. Will Griffin doing a good job going through his progressions here. And Smith had just ran basically a drag route over the middle. And he picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd and 5, Jesuit, just inside the Cardinal Newman 25. 8:30 left in the third. 21-0 Jesuit. Tigers threatening. Extra blocker in, 94, who we think is Hudson Lancaster. And they hand it off. Hezekiah is going to be shy of the first. Tigers opted to run that. And they are going to kick a field goal. So they're going to bring in Wallner. So Wallner's trying a 33-yard field goal from the right, just inside the right hash. Kick is up. Kick is good. So Jesuit with points on the board to start the third. They're up 24-0. Big field goal right there. So Jesuit goes up 24-0. Burns some time off of the clock. 7:31 left in the third. So the turnover results in 3. And Wallner handling the kickoff duties from the 40. So here's Noah. Kicks a high. Fielded at about the 9-yard line. Oh, what a nice open field tackle. Trip Keller. Flying down the field on special teams. Tackles the fleet of foot Mosley back at the 12. And that's why Trip Keller plays special teams right there. He's got played safety, still plays a little safety. He's moved up to linebacker. But solid defender all the way around. Trips right. Hewley, quick pass on the outside. And a tackle by King Powell on Zamarl Sanders. He's just shy of the first. And they were trying to get a block from a receiver out there. McNeil did a good job in keeping his position. Kind of slowed Sanders down. And quick closing speed by King Powell. 2nd and a yard. Here's Donjan up. The quarterback, Hewley, keeps it. Gets a good block. Gets a first down and a little bit more. So Hewley kept it, first down. We're at the 7-minute mark of the third, 24-0 Jesuit. And a lot of football left in this game. Hewley inside handoff. Donja, he has a nice run. Oh, Donja with a long run to the 35. That's his longest run of the day. Keller gets him. Phoenix Donja. Right up the gut. And that's the type of runner he is. He's not one of these guys that's going to go way in the outside. He's going to run it straight in between the tackles. And he blasted by far his longest run of the game to the 34-yard line. And Ken Keene says, let's have a water break. Neglected to mention Matt Thompson in his 13th season at Jesuit. Wow. Career record of 128-35. He's never had a losing season. Came to Jesuit from Armwood, where he was the longtime defensive coordinator for legendary Hawks coach Sean Callahan. Armwood playing Hillsborough tonight. And we'll try to get in between periods here. We'll try to get some scores after the third. So 1st and 10, Newman at the Jesuit 34. High snap. Hewley keeps it himself, and he is tackled for a loss by Colton Haywood. So Hewley loses 2. That was a called quarterback keeper all the way. Where Hewley got hit hard on that play too. Hewley, high snap, back to pass, short drop, good protection, looks left, incomplete. Threw it low. Intended for Zamrel Sanders, Keller, and Cam Housey back on coverage. So it's 3rd and 12. And this has got to be 4-down territory here for the Crusaders at this point in time. Kind of a no man's land for a field goal, a little too close to kick, to punt, I should say. 18 seconds on the play clock. Hewley looking to the sidelines for a hand signal. He's got trips left. And they go inside to Dongia, and he is tackled for a short gain. Boy, they tried to sneak one by the Tigers that time, but Jason McNeil was there along with Eric Smith. I'm surprised at that call. They tried a delayed handoff on 4th and 12. That one, I think they were trying to surprise the Tigers, but Doncha, they closed in real quick. I think I see the offensive lineman kind of looking surprised at that call too on 4th and 12. Now it's 4th and 10. Doncha got 2 yards, so we'll see what happens here. Clock running, 4:46. 4th down, 4th and 10. Hewley, and it's going to be offsides on Jesuit. So that was, I think, Smith trying to get a head start on a blitz. And 4th and 5, a lot easier than 4th and 10. So this kind of may change the dynamics of this play a bit. 4th and 5. Smith goes to the other side now. Play call in from the sidelines. Hewley getting pressure. Goes left. No, he threw it in the dirt. Incomplete. You know, I'm wondering if Hewley is dinged up. He is, maybe after that last hit, he is walking slowly to the sidelines, and he has thrown a couple of passes in the dirt. I mean, he throws that one, you know, with any height, any speed, that was going to be a first down. They had the first, but the pass was a grounder. And that was an opportunity lost for Cardinal Newman. Jesuit holes. Griffin shotgun, 2 wideouts to the left. They hand it off to Carlo Thompson, who breaks one tackle, picks up 2 yards. Hill comes in, Davis comes in. So 2nd and 8. So it's Hill and Vernon to the left, Griffin to the right. Eric Smith's in at a blocking position. And they go right up the middle to Mikey Vernon, who breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle to the 45-yard line. Inside slant pattern, short drop. Will Griffin hit him in stride, perfect pass. Big gain, Mikey Vernon. Mikey got inside position on a linebacker, it looked like. Perfect pass, Will Griffin. And a gain into Newman territory at the 45-yard line. Under 3 minutes left in the third. 24-0, Jesuit driving. Griffin back to pass, rolls right. Quick pass, caught. And it's another first down. Was that Smith? Yep, Caleb Smith. Caught an out pattern that time. Then he turned inside, got some extra yards after the catch to the 31. That moves the chains again. Time on the Tigers' side right now. They do not have to hurry at all. First and 10 at the Cardinal Newman 31-yard line. Tigers slowing things down a little bit here. They're in good shape time-wise. 8 seconds on the play clock, and they're in position. 5 seconds. Yep, well, they had to call timeout. No, they took a little too much time there. So the Tigers have to burn their second timeout. 1:56 left in the third. Well, it looked okay there time-wise, and all of a sudden time went away. Tigers by no means need to go no huddle here, but you got to have a good pace. Let the clock run. Try to keep it in bounds on your passes, even on your runs as well. 24-0 the score. 1:56 left in the third. Pretty fast-moving third, actually. Again, after the third, we're going to check on some local scores. Try to update you on those. Big game nationally tonight is Mater Dei, who lost to Corona. Then they were number one at Bishop Gorman in Vegas. That's a heavyweight battle. Sweet play. Carlo Thompson lost, a big loss too. Carlo Thompson lost 8 yards on that run. Back to the 40-yard line. Trying to get Carlo Thompson to the outside, but good penetration that time by the Crusader defense. Tigers at the 40. They have to get down to the 22. 2nd and 18. If you can get a chunk of this back, it would be nice. Will, downfield, looking for Smith. He was well covered that time by, it's 20. Can't tell the second number for Newman. No, it can't be Parks. It is 20. 20-something. 23. That was Prince Curry, the defensive back. So 3rd and long. If the Tigers can get it to about the 30-yard line, should be their goal here. Will on the keeper. Oh, and he fumbled it on the way down. And it's going to be Newman ball. Will bobbled it on the way down. It got knocked out of his hands, and that is a fumble and a recovery by Cardinal Newman. I like the play call there. I think they were just kind of trying to get it in range for a field goal. But Will Griffin lost the fumble. Had success on that play earlier. So the Crusaders dodge a bullet. One back to either side of Hewley. 50 seconds left in the third. Hewley keeps it himself. Cuts left. Short gain. Wrapped up by Colton Haywood. Might have got 3 on that play. They're going to give him 2. We've called Colton Haywood's name a lot tonight. Under 20 seconds is maybe the last play of the third. Trips right. Hewley. And, boy, that was close to being a backward lateral there. Pass was low again and dropped. But they called a forward pass and an incomplete pass with 5.2 seconds remaining in the third. Trips right again. Hewley back to pass, looking downfield, getting some pressure, breaks the pressure, looks way downfield again, and no flags. They're just kind of calling incidental contact there. And it's a 4th down, and that's the last play of the third. So we've played 3, and it's 24-0 Jesuit. It's 4th down for Cardinal Newman. And let's see if we can look up some local scores here to report on. Boy, here's an upset in process in the third quarter. Gaither 24, Tampa Bay Tech 10. That's at Tampa Bay Tech. Wow. Berkeley up on Naples Lely 21-14 at half. Hillsborough had the unenviable task of going to Armwood. They're down 49-7 in the third, so that's running time. Alonzo 38, Middleton 0. Hillsborough and Middleton future Jesuit opponents. Plant and Sumner. Plant leading Sumner 21-14 in the third. Clearwater Central Catholic over Gadsden County 49-0. Plant City 17, Strawberry Crest 14 in the fourth. Bloomingdale over Brandon, another future Jesuit district opponent, 37-0 in the fourth. Strawberry Crest 36, Robinson 7 in the third. Wharton 21, Durant 13 in the third. Lakeland 37, Booker T. Washington out of Miami 0. It's in the fourth. Fourth down. And 8. Hewley, they do the dreaded quick kick again. And it takes a Newman roll again. That's the only school I've ever seen do a quick kick so far in high school football. Is a old school play. So Jesuit takes over. 11:45 left in the fourth. Tigers have been sharp for the most part tonight. But they just need to keep this clock rolling. Caleb Smith, who's had a nice night, goes to the right. Griffin shotgun. Fake it to Mikey Vernon. Little shovel pass that time to Eric Smith. He's got positive yardage. Fogarty comes in. Thompson comes in. Give him 3. Hill goes left with Vernon. Thompson's in the backfield with Will Griffin. Oh, and they jumped. And this is going to be offsides on the defense, so a free 5 for Jesuit there. Left end jumped. So 2nd and 3 becomes 2nd and 2. Deep safety for Cardinal Newman. About 15 yards off the line. Mikey in motion. They give it to Carlo Thompson. He has the first. He gets a good block, and he has positive yardage. And I think they're saying his knee hit the ground. It's a first down, Jesuit. Nice run, Carlo. I think after his knee hit the ground and the ball was ripped out, but he was already down. Nice run by him to the 38-yard line. Will Griffin has a conversation with Don Misick. Under 10 minutes left in the fourth. And that's Hezekiah Davis. He breaks through a hole. And they throw a late flag. I was watching this. Smith was blocking a Cardinal Newman defender. Oh, my goodness. Seriously? Boy, that was so embellished. Oh, my gosh. That was embellished beyond words. Smith was blocking at fullback. And the Cardinal Newman defender must have been watching the Emmys or something this week, because he put on a show. And the referee fell for it, or the official fell for it. Disagree with that call. Big time. but it's first and, well, he got first down yardage, so they're marking it from the end of the play, so it's going to be first down and 17. Don't like that call at all. Griffin rolls. Griffin looking downfield. Man, wide open. Touchdown, Tigers. Caleb Smith. What a fake. Well, after the questionable call, the Tigers go deep, and that might be the dagger right there. What a fake. Smith way behind the defense, and Will Griffin caught him in stride. Big score. Wallner to kick the extra point. Kicks good by Wallner. But Will Griffin's ball fakes have been Boomer Esiason-esque in this game for those of you that used to watch or may have watched the Cincinnati Bengals back in the day. Boy, he is hiding the ball beautifully on these play actions and rollouts. And really causing the defense to bite and allowing the Jesuit receivers to get open deep. And that was just a perfect execution that time. Griffin to Smith. Boy, Caleb Smith playing like a D1 receiver tonight. My goodness. Tigers looking sharp tonight. So kicking off will be Beavers. Ben Beavers, the junior. And Ben banks that one out of the end zone with room to spare. .9:27 left in the fourth. Tigers up 31-0. Man in motion, Hewley. And nope, Hewley keeps it himself. And he is wrapped up in the backfield that time by Macho Mendez, number 33. Boy, Macho with the wrestling move that time. Went for the waist and got him on a takedown. If Macho was wrestling, that would have been a couple of points for him. 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. Empty set. Now we have, nope, not an empty set. Donja's back there. They hand it off to Donja, and he is tackled by Rayshawn Fitz. Picks up about 5 yards. So 3rd and 7. Press coverage by Cam Housey there on Mosley. It's a good matchup. We watch. Oh, bad snap. Hewley's going to run it. There was a hold on that play. Hewley's still going. Hewley with a long run. There was a hold. And he goes down. There was a hold of epic proportions back at the 22-yard line by one of the receivers. Holding. Nope, they're calling helmet to helmet on Newman. But there was a hold. I think the Jesuit player being held was King Powell. But there was a so the helmet, I always get that one mixed up. It's either helmet to helmet or blindside hit. Referee called it. Actually, I think it's blindside hit. So this is marked back to the 10. 7:34 remaining here in the fourth. Third and long. Basically a 3rd and 20. Hewley back to pass. Pocket collapses. He goes low again. Another low throw by Hewley. Hewley's not right. I just don't think he is right. And he's even kind of hunched over a little bit here. He is this is a good quarterback. I don't know if this is a shoulder or rib cage, but something is really inhibiting his passing. I mean, everything's been low. Empty set. 4th down. They try again here. Maybe a quick kick. Yep, it sure is. Almost blocked. And Jesuit's going to have... Jesuit can... seal the deal here with the touchdown. It'll go into running time. 6:55 left in the fourth. Really don't think Cardinal Newman was expecting to come in here and not score any points. And that's what it's looking like right now. This is the number 28 ranked team in the state in all classifications. And Ken Keene says, let's get water one more time. They call the water break. 6:55 left in the fourth. Jesuit's going to have 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line of Cardinal Newman. Again, the Tigers have a bye next week. Hopefully Caden Henderson gets healthy. But guys have stepped up in his absence in this game. Eric Smith. Colton Haywood. Rayshawn Fitz. I mean, Trip Keller. I mean, that's a good group. So we have some different bodies out here for Jesuit right now. Trent DeSelles is at running back, the junior, number 23. And Jack Sansone wide right. So DeSelles is in. He gets the handoff. He goes up the middle. Picks up some positive yardage. Maybe Matt Thompson trying to get some different bodies in. Austin Hubbard comes in number 80. So DeSales was in, and he comes out. So Smith is in, Thompson's in. So Austin Hubbard goes wide left, and Jack Sansone goes wide right. And Jesuit calls their last time out. Not that it really matters here, but they do call their last time out. So Wyatt Allender is actually in the offensive line right now. See 50 out there. I think Allender will probably start for just about any team in the county. But the Jesuits got such depth at the offensive line. I mean, Allender can play at another level of some sort. I mean, he is a solid blocker. Tigers are going to have to rebuild that offensive line next season. And a new quarterback, they've got a few to choose from. So Thompson's the tailback. He gets it, and he is hit right away by 45 for Newman. It's Sean Fleming, the junior. It's 3rd and 7. So 94. Again, we think that's Hudson Lancaster comes in. Austin Hubbard still in at one receiver position. Clock running, 5:45 left in the fourth. 31-0 Jesuit. So Hubbard goes to the right. It's flagging the play. So now we have a new running back. Palmer Buffa is in. And he is replaced. Oh, boy, Easton Brooks is in. So Easton Brooks with DeSales in front of him. Low to the ground back. Easton gets it. Easton. Short gain. I think Jesuit right now just doesn't want to get anybody hurt. They're going to try a long field goal here. This is going to be a 30. Wow, this is 48 yards. We're going to call it 47. It's between the 47 and 48. So let's see if Wallner can drill this one. Good snap. And it is to the left. Little out of his range. Good practice there just to see if Wallner could hit that one. I think Wallner's range, realistic range, probably is about 40. So high school rules, ball back to the 20. Got some subs in. Jack Cathy's in, 45. Thomas Folk, 17's on the line. Robbie Higgins, the junior, is in. All at defensive line. So the Tigers have Your backup lineman in. New quarterback. Oh, and a tackle behind the line of scrimmage by Trip Keller. So a new quarterback is in for Newman. It's Billy Connolly, number 13. He's a junior. Under 4 minutes. Loss of 2. Connolly, handoff, and power run there for a first down by Dongia. So Phoenix Dongia gets a first on that run. .320 left. Connolly, Dongia. Dongia picks up about 6. I think Judson Thomas, number 40, on that tackle. He's in the game right now. .240 remaining. Another handoff. Keller with another tackle. He's had quite a game today. Tackle on Genero Sumter. Third down. Evan McMullen comes in, number 31, the sophomore defensive back for Keller. Bruin Greeps in the game at corner. Another handoff. And a tackle by McMullen. Evan McMullen on that tackle of Sumter. Battaglia comes back in. Ball's at the Jesuit 46. Sumter again. And he is tackled by Eric Smith. Shy of the first. Just looks like Newman's just trying to keep it on the ground and get out of here and head on the bus. Maybe a couple more plays here. Connolly, Sumter again. He is wrapped up by Thomas Fulks. One minute. So it's basically been Connolly handing off to Sumter. He does it again. Sumter blasts ahead. .40 seconds. Newman trying to save some face here. By at least getting on the board. Jesuit trying to preserve a shutout. Sumter cuts outside. And Battaglia forced him out. As well as 31. It's McMullen. 20.5 seconds. And Newman calls timeout. So Fitz comes out again. So Fitz comes back. So they have Fitz and Smith, and I think the Tigers don't want these guys to score. Sumter puts his head down. He is tackled by Colt Olson, who's in the game. And are they even going to get a playoff here? 8 seconds, 7 seconds. This is going to be the last play if they get it off. They give it to Sumter, and he's tackled behind the line. It's a shutout. And a Tiger is down. Who is that? A Tiger is down on the other side. On the last play of the game. Who is that? Is that Smith? Well, I want to find out who got hurt. It was whoever made the tackle at the end of the game, and they are still down. Teams are shaking hands in midfield, but Matt Thompson's out there, whoever this is. And is sitting up now, which is a good thing. So we're just going to hang out here. And so I want to see who this is who got hurt. It's not on camera. It's just out of camera view. And it appears to be an ankle or a leg or something. Well, we can rule out Fitz as I see him. So it's not Fitz. It was Eric Smith. So it was Eric Smith who's getting some help off the field. Now he's walking. It's an ankle. So Smith, you don't want to see that in the last play of the game, but hopefully Smith is okay. He's got a bye week to recover here. But that's the final score, a shutout. I don't think anybody was quite expecting this tonight with these two teams. Very evenly matched, but Jesuit dominant. 31-0 over Cardinal Newman. Again, we have a bye week next week and then a home game against University. Thanks to all who have watched tonight. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Jesuit 31, Cardinal Newman 0. I am John Pedrero from the class of 1981, and you've been watching Jesuit Tiger Football on the Jesuit Tiger Sports Network. See you in 2 weeks. Have a great evening, everyone.